Hi, my name is Janie, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about inviting people to classes and following up with them. As we use our oils and love them, many of us will start wanting to share the oils with people that we care about. We want the people we care about to experience the good things in life, right? So, naturally, if we see a good movie or we find an awesome recipe or a restaurant that we really enjoyed, we naturally share that with other people. And so, as we experience the oils, we discover new ways to use them, new reasons to love them. Then we want to start sharing that with other people, and most of us will naturally do that. But for some of us, sharing the oils, it might not come as naturally to us as sharing a good movie. And so I'd like to go over some tips for you that will hopefully help you to feel more comfortable sharing the oils, and that will help you bring the oils up more naturally in conversation. Now, all of us that enrolled as a wholesale member received a Sharing doTERRA Naturally brochure in our welcome packet. And so this is something that is a great resource to have on hand. All of us have one. It's something we don't have to purchase. And so you can pull this out and go through this with your mentor if you're just needing some help with sharing and making it feel more comfortable for you. Or this is something that you can use to train people in your team who are new, who are just starting to share the oils and have classes of their own. Or if you're having someone host a class for you, this gives you a guide, kind of a checklist to go through with them so that they're prepared for the class that they're going to host for you. On the first page, you'll find a checklist for planning your event. And so here it's going to give you date and time ideas. You're also going to have some tips on choosing a venue and all the information that you're going to want to have on your class invitations. So this can be a class that you're hosting yourself, or this could be a class that someone's hosting for you. And so, of course, if you're hosting this class yourself, these are the steps that you want to go through to prepare, and these will be the steps that you want to give your hosts just to coach them through planning their classes. First of all, if you have somebody hosting a class for you, you want them to know how much you appreciate that. Referrals are wonderful. It gives us new people, opens up new contacts for us. And so this is big for you and for your business. And you want people to know how much you appreciate that. And you can express your gratitude to them by giving them a gift for hosting the class. I like to have diffusers on hand so that if people host a class and have at least 4 new guests at the class, I give them a diffuser and a little 5 ml bottle of oil to go with that. But you do that however you want to, whatever is financially comfortable for you. But make sure that you give them something that they will like personally, and that they can just understand how much you appreciate them opening up their home and giving of their time. You also want to think about where your host is. And what I mean by that is, are they a wellness advocate? Maybe they've been using the oils for a while, but they're hosting their first class. Are they a customer and they just decided they wanted to share? Or are they brand new to oils and they've never had an oil experience before? So this is something to keep in mind when you're thinking about preparing a host for a class. If it's somebody who is new to oils, make sure you give them some samples to try. Because when they start to invite people to the class, you want them to be able to share the experience that they had with the oils. You also might want to give them a few extra samples to hand out to people who will be coming to their class. It's always nice for people to have that oil experience before they come to a class. They can bring their questions and bring their experiences to share with other people. You want your host to understand why their class is important. First of all, everybody needs essential oils in their life. And so they're inviting their friends and family, people they care about. This will be information that will help them and information that they need to hear. Everyone at the class will have an essential oil experience, and so they'll be able to learn and be educated on the essential oils and why they would want to choose doTERRA. Also, a lot of people are searching for natural alternatives, or maybe they're just looking to live a healthier lifestyle, and so your class could provide those answers that these people are looking for. Also, some people are hesitant to try essential oils, and so maybe it's lack of education, maybe they're afraid because they don't understand usage and safety. It could be financial reasons. They are afraid that they can't afford it or that it'll be too expensive for them. And so letting the guests know that they'll receive education, as well as they'll learn the most affordable way to get the specific oils that they need for their family. And they can also learn how to get their oils paid for and how they can be able to earn an income with doTERRA if they choose to. So tell them this is why your class is important and that you want them to have a successful class so that their guests and them can benefit from the class. So use this brochure to get them started with planning their class. Here's, again, the guide for dates and times, for invitations and things like that. Then if you turn the page, you're going to find a chart where they can write out their guest list. And so, remind them, don't prejudge anyone. Everyone needs to hear this information, and people that you think won't be interested, a lot of times those are the people who will be the most interested. And so this is where they can kind of jog their memory and write down people that they know that they might want to invite to their class. Your host should start inviting to classes 7 to 10 days prior to the event. And this just gives people time to plan it in their schedule, clear their schedule, get it on their calendar so they can make plans to be there. Follow up with your host during this inviting time. Make sure they are inviting. Make sure that they don't have questions that come up during the inviting process. Remind them that face-to-face or phone calls are better when it comes to inviting. People get hundreds of emails and Facebook event invites daily. And so a lot of people, they don't even look at them. So they might miss your class if you invite that way. So always personal invitations are better. Even postcards in the mail are great. So make it personal, and they want to be invited individually by you and not just be tagged on an email or a Facebook event. Encourage your hosts to share samples. Now, if they're new, of course, again, maybe you want to provide some samples for them to share. But if they already have oils, having a few sample vials just to pass out to their guests is always a good idea. We have different ways of sharing samples. We can actually order now these sample trios from doTERRA.com, or from our back office rather. And sometimes I like to cut them up and just have the individual oils that I give out to people so that you're not giving out so many samples. So this is a good way to do that. Also, in your sharing brochure, you have sample cards that you can attach to the little sample vials and share samples that way. Now, sharing samples is the easy part, right? When you see someone with a headache or someone who's stressed, it's easy to pass out a sample to them. But taking down the correct information and following up with that person is sometimes where we fall short. And so we may lose the opportunity to get that person to a class if we don't follow through, get the proper information, and make sure that we follow up with them. The best way to give someone an oil experience is to share a sample with them. And so let's say that you are in Target and your cashier is stressed. Maybe it's a Saturday night and it's busy and they don't have enough lines open. The person in front of you is rude to her. And so what can you do? How can you help her? First of all, we do this because we have a heart to serve others and to help others. And so we want to be a blessing to her and help her during this stressful time. And so be kind, smile, tell her that she's doing a good job. Pull out a lavender sample and say, hey, I want to give you this gift and I'd like for you to give it a try. Put a drop on your wrist or on the back of your neck when you're feeling stressed at work, and it'll help to calm you down. Just show her that you care about her and that you want to give her a gift. A gift is always appreciated and valuable to people. So that's why I like to call the samples a gift. And once you give it to her, tell her, I'd love for you to try this and I'd love to hear how you like it. How was your experience with the oil? I'll call you in 3 days and see how you liked it. And so take down her phone number, ask her what time of day is best to receive phone calls, and tell her, I will call you back on Monday at 3 o'clock. You've done a couple things here. First of all, you showed her appreciation. You gave her something of value, and you gave her a time frame where she needs to try the sample. And so she knows to expect your call Monday at 3 o'clock. And so she will try that sample and be ready to give you her opinion of the oil. And so make sure that you follow through with that and keep your word. If you say you're going to call Monday at 3, make sure that you do that and that she does receive that phone call from you on time on Monday. Now, when you call her back and you talk to her about the sample, this is the time to invite her to a class. And if she liked the sample, invite her to come to your class and learn more. Show her the value of being educated on the oils, learning how to use them, learning oil safety, and how she can bring essential oils into her life and be able to experience many more oils and get great results from them. So you invited her to that class. She is a new person. And so you have new people that you meet out in public that you'll want to invite to your classes. And you also have your friends that you have written down on your names list that you're inviting to the class. 2 days before the event, you'll want to sit down in front of your class list and send a reminder to everyone who will be attending your class. You can do this with a quick text message or a quick phone call. Show excitement. You're so excited to see them at your class. You maybe will want to offer them a gift. I, a lot of times, will offer the Living Magazine with a 5 milliliter wild orange. This comes in a class in a box. A lot of us order those when we first start teaching classes. So these are great little gifts to hand out to people. So maybe snap a picture of that and send that to them and say, I have one of these with your name on it. I'm looking forward to seeing you. Show the value of your class. I can't wait for you to learn about essential oils and how to bring them into your life. I'm really looking forward to seeing you. You know, make it your own, however you want to word it. But just show that excitement and bring that across in your phone call or text message. Then, 3 to 4 hours before your event, you want to text them again and tell them again how excited you are about the event and how excited you are to see them. And this again brings value to your class and brings that excitement. So they want to make sure that they come because they see how important it is to you that they learn this information. So that's just a couple of tips on how you can share samples, how you can follow up and invite people to classes. And I hope that as you do this, you'll find it more comfortable and it'll come to you more naturally as you're sharing. And again, make sure that you use this. There's some wonderful scripts and some ideas on things that you can say to people when you're sharing the oils with them that you can use as a guide and make it your own. and you'll be able to feel more comfortable and more confident sharing the oils with people as you meet them out in public or as you're talking to your friends and family about the oils. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great day.